Hey everyone, so today I'm going to talk about what are the type of question interviewer can ask if you are applying for a data analysis role. So if you are a fresher, this video is for you. So I'm going to talk about especially for freshers. So what type of question you can expect if you are applying for a data analysis role, uh, especially for Python. So the first question which interviewer might ask is what is the difference between pandas, numpy and matplotlib. Second question which they might ask is that what is the difference between list and tuple, right? These type of question also. They might ask you like how do you handle missing values in pandas, so that can be also one question. They might ask you what is the lambda function in Python, how do you merge two data frame in Python, right? Data frame basically in Python. And they might ask you like what is the difference between apply and map function in pandas. They might ask you how do you calculate mean and mode, basically mean, median and mode in Python in pandas. And they might ask you some of the programming question like write a Python program to read a CSV, or maybe they might ask you to write a Python program to replace the null values, to count how many null values are there in a data frame. They might ask you a simple Python programming questions like can you write down the palindrome or factorial, or maybe converting a string to dictionary. So these type of questions they might ask you. And even how do you find out the outlier in the data set, what is the difference between lock and ilock, right? They might ask you how do you visualize the data using matplotlib and seaborn. So these type of question which you can expect in Python. And if they might ask, sometime interviewer might ask the question related to object oriented programming, where they might ask you what are decorators in Python, right? And maybe how do you ensure that your codes are running well, basically testing your code every time you do some debugging, how can you can test it, like what type of method you apply, what type of testing method you apply to check your code. So basically people use unit test, right, in order to check if all the code are running well after any updates and all. So that is one question which you can expect. And now I'll just talk about a little bit few more questions related to stats and probability. So in statistics and probability they might ask you the first question they might ask you what is the difference between descriptive and inferential statistics. They might ask you explain the mean, median and mode with example. What is standard deviation and why it is important, right? Explain the variance and its significance. They might ask you what is normal distribution and where it is used, right? What is hypothesis testing, explain with an example. So these could be they might ask you to explain the p values in simple term. What is the difference between type 1 type 2 error, what is correlation and covariance. So these questions also they might ask. How do you determine where a data set is skewed or not skewed, right? What is the regression analysis and when it is used. They might ask you explain the confidence interval in stats, and maybe explain the A/B testing and how would you use it. So these are the questions which you can expect if you are applying for a data analysis role related to stats and probability and related to the Python. So that's all about this particular video.